Ramadan is a time where Muslims come together. We fast during the days, and in those moments we remember what it's like for many people not to have basic things like clean water or good food on their table. And then we come together at night appreciating what it means to have family. That's not the case for every Michigander. That responsibility is exactly why I'm running for governor. We've got an opportunity as a community to lift our voices, to stand up and say that anybody in this Michigan of ours deserves to have the right to lead, and that there is no reason why people who pray a certain way, look a certain way, cannot be a part of our Michigan family. I hope that this is a month where you gain spiritual proximity to the Creator, where you had the opportunity to spend time with family, and they had the opportunity to spend a moment thinking about the opportunities that we have in our lives. That is what we work for. Ramadan Mubarak. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And with that, I would like to introduce to you my next governor of the state of Michigan, Abdul.
Thank you so much. So that's my Uncle Eric, everyone. Give him a round of applause. Good afternoon. How are we? Good. We're cold. I know that. I want to thank you all for some very kind words, very thoughtful invocations. I'm really incredibly flattered. And if anybody does find that guy that Uncle Eric just talked about, could you bring him up? Because I really would like to meet him. I want to thank, first and foremost, my incredible wife and partner and rock, Sarah. Can we give it up for Sarah? She wouldn't tell you this, and she certainly doesn't look like it, but she just got up an 18-hour shift. She just got in this morning, had 4 hours of sleep because she was taking care of sick people in the hospital. So this is the person I get to call my partner, my best friend, the person I rely on. And if you need to know exactly how far I have to go to be anything like the person that Uncle Eric just introduced, Sarah will be glad to tell you. And yet, I am profoundly thankful for her partnership, standing by me through this journey side by side. And I know there are going to be many days. I love you. Thank you. I also want to thank my parents, Muhammad and Jacqueline Al-Sayed and Fatin Al-Komi. These are people who have sacrificed and given. They've sacrificed and given to raise a young man who hopes someday to be worthy of that sacrifice. I also want to thank my many family members who are here, in particular my parents-in-law, Faiziya Tayyib and Dr. Jukaku Tayyib. Thank you guys so much for your support. I always say it took 5 parents to raise me, so for what it's worth. Now you might be wondering why we would invite you here. We're in a shed in a market. And this market's a place where people come together. They come together to trade. They come together to provide sustenance for their family. And they come together to celebrate something that we all value, and sometimes I value a little bit more than others, which is food. As you look around you today, Michiganders are here buying foods from all over the state. They're standing side by side as business people and tradespeople, craftspeople, owners of small businesses, but more importantly, they stand together here as citizens. Markets like this one, they're emblematic of our country's creed, e pluribus unum, that out of many there can be one. Because this is our public square, this is our forum, this is where democracy is built and made and maintained. But I want to tell you about this particular market. It's special to me and my family. See, my father, he immigrated here from a coastal town in Egypt, Alexandria. And there, his father used to sell tomatoes in the fish market. His mother raised 6 kids in a 1-bedroom apartment. And when he came here as a student at Wayne State University, he would come to this market to buy the foods, to make the dishes that would make him feel at home. See, this market for him brought him home to Alexandria right here in Detroit. Some of my most wholesome memories took place right here. And I remember buying those foods, those ingredients that we take home and turn into the dips and the stews that are so characteristic of Egyptian cuisine. But not only that, I remember the diversity of faces that I would experience here. Black and white, Asian, Latino. People who were coming together to celebrate something together. Farmers and truckers and factory workers. Families from up north doing business with families from neighborhoods right here in Detroit. Each of them buying and selling the ingredients, the same exact ingredients that they would take home to turn into the dishes that celebrated their family's history. This market, it's emblematic of my rather unusual American story. See, I'm the son of 2 proud Egyptian Americans, people who immigrated here in search of a better life, Fatin and Muhammad. When they came here, they took a bet on an America that was big enough for them too. They believed in a country that would give them dignified, well-paying jobs, that would educate their children, where they could pray however they wanted to pray. And I was raised by my father, Muhammad, and my stepmom, Jackie. She comes from a long line of farmers and educators and small business owners from right here, Gratiot County, the heartland of Michigan. My grandpa, Jan, his first job out of college was as a line foreman at GM. And my grandma, Judy, her first job was at Hurley Hospital in Flint as a nurse. Together, this diverse, if highly unlikely American family, they taught me some things. They taught me that what you believe in and what you stand for matter a lot more than where you're from. They taught me that one should have compassion and care and respect for those who are more vulnerable. They taught me about real leadership, and they taught me that real leaders are people who can stand firm against the powerful, stand strong with the weak, and stand humbly before God. But most of all, they taught me that remembering our shared future is and what does unite us. Every year, Sarah and I, we have the pleasure of enjoying Thanksgiving dinner, eating foods that we bought right here at the market, at my family's dinner table. And I'll tell you, it's a diverse dinner table. Because in front of me, I have a Presbyterian deacon from Flint. I have an Egyptian imam. I have an atheist Polish uncle who's a professor at Michigan. And they share conversations, hard conversations about God and country. And they don't always agree. But I'll tell you, they always respect each other, and they love each other. And that's because they love this democracy, this country, and they love their future, which is us, their children. They share a common future that brings them together. And as Michiganders, so do we. That common future is what motivated my work right here in the city of Detroit. Facing municipal bankruptcy as a result of the current administration's terrible emergency management procedures, Detroit was forced to close a 185-year health department back in 2012. When Mayor Duggan was elected, he wanted to open it back up, and he trusted me to do that. I was appointed health commissioner for this city at 30 years old. I was the youngest health commissioner in a major U.S. city. And despite that, I faced probably one of the hardest challenges in municipal public health. See, the department I walked into had 5 city employees, 85 contractors. In fact, we were in the back of municipal parking. On my first day of work, a gentleman, he walked up to me and said, could you take this parking ticket in for me? And I was like, well, yes, absolutely. In under 2 years, we were able to rebuild the health department. We created the kind of culture that attracted people from all over the country to be a part of this. Passionate public health professionals who cared about building for the well-being of people in this city because they deserved it. Let me tell you what that meant. That meant building a program to train women across our city to be peer coaches for young pregnant women across the city. That program is called Sister Friends. Why? It's because we believe that every baby deserves the best start to life. It meant providing glasses for every child in the city of Detroit who needed a pair, like my friends here. Why? Because every child deserves to be able to see what's being written on their blackboard. It meant standing up to corporate polluters when they put their profits ahead of our kids' lungs. Why? Because all of us deserve to be able to breathe freely. And then I watched as this administration, they cut costs and cut corners and poisoned 9,000 children just a couple miles north of here. They were going against the very things I was working to protect. And to protect our children here, we launched the first municipal program to test the water in every single school and daycare, 360 schools in this city. We did it in 6 months. And then after that, the administration realized it might be a good thing to do and started to do it statewide. My focus has always been and will always be people, their opportunities, their passions, their perspectives, the things that we can do for them together. And my work has always been about building and leading the kinds of institutions that create opportunity for real people by breaking down the barriers that they face in their lives to being able to have that kind of opportunity that we want for all of our children. That work has never been more important than it is today. Because today, the politics of fear and hatred, they threaten to divide us. Because today, Michiganders have been locked out of a system, an economic system that has put the interests of a few corporate elite over the well-being of working people. Because today, women earn 77 cents on the dollar to their male counterparts for the same work. Because today, one family out on the west side of the state, they've conned a whole brand of politicians into actually thinking they can improve education by shutting down schools rather than building them. Because today, kids in Detroit, Highland Park, Hamtramck, Benton Harbor, Owasso, Ishpeming, they deserve to be able to drink clean water and breathe clean air. Because today, some people think that they can make our country great again by telling people who look like me that they don't belong here, that they should sit on the sidelines, and we're not sitting on the sidelines. Because today, the entire extent of presidential leadership fits in a measly 140 characters. Because today, we, together, we must act. We cannot wait until our children are poisoned. We cannot wait until their dreams are crushed because we have shut down their schools. We cannot wait until nearly 1 million Michiganders lose their health care. We cannot wait until robots continue to take our jobs. We cannot wait until our young people go elsewhere looking for the kinds of economic opportunities we should have built them right here at home. We cannot wait until some Americans are told that they are less American than the rest of us and made to leave. And because we cannot wait, I will not wait. I will not wait. We will not wait. I am here today to announce my candidacy for governor of the state of Michigan. I'm doing this because I believe that people matter more. I'm doing this because I believe that our collective potential is greater than our cynicism. I'm doing this because I believe in a future that is brighter than our past, a tomorrow that is greater than our today. I'm doing this because I believe that the challenges that are faced by poor and working black people in places like Detroit and poor and working white people in places like Ishpeming and Big Rapids, those are the same challenges, and we have to solve them. Our future will bring us together. I believe in the dignity and prosperity of hard work. I believe in the promise of our young minds if we're willing to nourish them. And I believe in an ideal of an America that is big enough to include every single one of us. So, to all Michiganders, women and men, black, white or brown, gay or straight, abled or disabled, urban or rural, join me on this journey. Join me on this journey together right now, right here. Because it is our journey we are taking. This is our state and we will take it back. It can be, and it must be, and it will be a journey that we take together. It's going to be yours, it's going to be mine, it's going to be ours. Here and now, we take our first steps. We're going to travel across this state. We're going to hear stories, we're going to hear hope, we're going to hear aspirations, and we're going to build bridges and solutions together. This journey is going to be long, and at times, it'll be hard. But may we walk it together, hand in hand, on a righteous path. Together. God bless you. God bless the state, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much.
हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें।